Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day whenever you are watching this. It has been a minute since I've chatted with you guys, and life has been insane. So, just a couple updates. It's actually Saturday morning. Yeah, it's like 11:30, and I don't even know the last time I vlogged. I think it was just like a random vlog. But since then, life has just been insane. Melissa and I launched Alignment Athletics. You guys saw our first video, our announcement video. We are so excited for everything coming with Alignment. And honestly, life has just been so good and so busy with that, with prep, with a lot of other just exciting things happening in my personal life, some of which may be covered in this Q&A. I don't know. I haven't looked at these questions yet, but that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a Q&A, and I have my cup of coffee. This is decaf. All I'm going to do is go through questions that I asked for on my Instagram story. I'm just going to answer a bunch of them, and we'll get to it. But I just told myself I wasn't going to vlog till I filmed this Q&A, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to sit down, because I freaking love filming these. So with that, let's get to it. How many hours a week of cardio do you do on prep? I don't share my exact cardio protocol for a reason. I don't want anyone to think that what I do on prep is normal or sustainable for anyone who is just trying to lose some weight or just trying to be a healthy human, right? During my off season, I did 20 minutes 2 to 3 times a week just to keep my heart healthy. That's important, especially as someone who's very, very sedentary. But during prep, it changes. It's not like my prep's the same the whole time. You know, it started with I think 4 20-minute sessions. Now I do cardio 6 days a week, and it's a decent amount. But I don't think it really helps anyone for me to share that. So in here and there, but I just don't want anyone being Lexi's getting leaner, and this is what she does for cardio. So I'm gonna just do that, because just don't, okay? Super duper unmotivated and anxious at the gym. Any tips? So, I think it depends what the anxiety is about and why you're feeling unmotivated. So that's what I encourage you to ask yourself, right? So, what is making me anxious? Is it myself? Am I just giving myself anxiety about not hitting PRs every time, or not knowing what I'm doing, or am I scared of what other people are thinking? So I think asking yourself what the root issue is, and then as far as just feeling unmotivated, again, I think asking yourself why. But if you're just not going to the gym because of it, ask yourself how is this serving me, right? How is it serving me to not go in the gym, or to go in the gym and not give it my all because I'm not feeling motivated? Sometimes it's just a matter of going in and doing it simply because that it's not serving you to not go. Where do you get your news? So I was awful at keeping up with the news for a long time. My mom always tells me to put on Good Morning America or something like that, but y'all know I'm all about my morning routine. I don't want to start my morning routine with news. So 2 things. I actually recently found the Daily podcast. It's really, really good. It's just, they're usually 20 minutes of just kind of all of the news, national, world news from the last 24 hours. So I'll usually listen to that, usually not on my way to do my fasted cardio, but while I'm doing it. And then the other thing that I do kind of pay attention to is, if you've heard of The Skim, it's a newsletter, and it's written by 2 females, I think, but it's just kind of not funny, but kind of funny, just very quick breakdown of, again, all of the daily news. So that's what I typically do. I don't like to listen to biased news. I just like to know what's going on in the world. You feel? What originally made you decide to compete? So, This is a good question because I think originally, like when I set my eyes on I want to compete, which I didn't compete for like 2 years after that. I was like a junior or senior in college, and it was never like, oh, I'm just gonna compete to compete. Like I wanted to be good, hence why I took like a long time to build muscle and grow, which still wasn't enough muscle, but you get it. And at that time, I would love to be like someone who's like, I just really was called to do it. Like my soul really wanted to compete, and like I just knew that was my path. Like, no, that was not it for me. I think 2 things. One, it was just like a trend. Like every fitness person who I followed at that time competed. So for me, it was like, okay, like that's just like what you do. Like if you're into this bodybuilding thing, you compete. Just like my whole life, it was like, you like running, so you compete in that, right? Or you're really good at hockey, so like you compete in that, right? I was like, I want to be really good at bodybuilding, so I'm going to compete in that, if that makes sense. And I think the other piece is just the fact that it's a competitive outlet, and it really just has like always been, you know, a goal or something for me to work towards. And that's, I think, the fitness world has changed so much since then. So now obviously I'm not like competing because everyone else competes. I'm competing because it's a really fun challenge for me. It's been cool to grow with the sport. And yeah, at the beginning it was just like, that's what everyone else does. And it was like college Lexi was like, I want to do that. So, and then I just fell in love with it. When you buy food out instead of meal prepping at home, how do you track macros? I have this in a lot of YouTube videos where I do this because it's something I do a lot in my off season. Just estimate. A lot of restaurants have it in MyFitnessPal or online. They have like nutrition info. Or if you go somewhere and get like a sandwich, you can find something very similar in MyFitnessPal. Or if you go get sushi, you can find something very similar in MyFitnessPal. So you do not need to like weigh out and make all your food. You can estimate and it's close enough. So I got asked if I ever take a week or so out of the gym if I'm feeling burnt out, and I also got asked if I take deloads. So yes, deloads would be more if like my body is very fatigued. I'll either take a few days off. Like I did that before both of my preps actually. I took like 4 or 5 days just like off. Just to make sure that like my body was rested and like responsive, because sometimes we just hit a wall and our bodies are like, fuck you, like no, and you'll feel it. You'll feel really tired. It's something I have my clients do occasionally if they're training really hard. If I'm feeling burnt out, which doesn't really happen, like it'll happen for like a day, and I'd say like I probably had like 1 week, and I can distinctly remember it was like last week on prep, where I was just like just like didn't feel like going. And obviously on prep I'm gonna go, but if I'm just feeling burnt out and like I just really don't want to go, and that is what I know that I need mentally, I'm gonna take time off. And I don't know if you guys maybe remember like it was really a year ago where I wasn't tracking macros a year ago. And I was probably training like 3 times a week. Just because like mentally after competing and having done the whole bodybuilding thing and focusing so much on it for like years, I just needed a break. So I guess, yeah, I just haven't in a while because I just haven't really needed it. Okay, long-term goals for my business. So now this is Alignment Athletics, which I'm just so excited about. And I can't say too much, but what I will say is this. It's going to go so far beyond just fitness and nutrition coaching. I would say we really want to be a hub for women looking to live in alignment, right? So mental health, physical health, relationships, business, all of that. We want to have content that helps those people. We want to have resources for those people. We want to have products to help those people. We want to host events to help like build that community of women, because I think it's so hard to find other like-minded driven individuals, right? and social media can be a great tool for that. But yeah, and we just really want to build a community of strong, badass women, and however people want to be supported, and want to better themselves, whatever avenue fits each individual best, we want to have that available, if that makes sense. Any current boy crushes? It's so funny because I don't think I've had a Q&A yet where I've been like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, but every damn Q&A, people ask. And what I will say is this: yes, I do have a crush. Yes, I am very happy keeping it private for now. It is very new, and it is something just kind of like this prep that is mine. And I put a relationship on here and on Instagram before, and it's just like I had a much smaller platform, and it was just a shit show. I'm not like in a serious relationship or anything like that. I don't think you can hide that. But yeah, okay. Top 3 things on your bucket list. There's like big ass, like lofty goals, right? And then there's like bucket list things, right? Like I really want to skydive. I really want to go to Europe. I've never been to Europe. And we'll just do travel all in one. I really want to go to Australia. I really want to go to Bali. I really want to go to Asia, like Japan, China. Not right now because of the coronavirus, but I really want to hike Machu Picchu with my father. He just had a knee replacement, so hopefully that can still happen, but we've been talking about that since I was like a little kiddo. So I'd say travel, skydiving, hike Machu Picchu. I really want to have a dope live event. Like, yeah, so keep your eye out for that. Do you think your projects and staying busy helps with prep? Yes and no. It makes it harder to like get my prep shit done, but also like you just manage your time and you're fine. And in other ways, yes, just because like I'm so excited about so many other things. Like I don't think I stress as much about prep, even as I did like last time. And I'm not so hyper focused on it, which like I don't want to be. So yes, in other ways. And I'm also just like busy, so I'm not like sitting around waiting to eat all day, Best trait and worst trait. Ooh. I don't know, because I feel like every good and bad trait has like a shadow side, right? But I would say like in terms of what I've been struggling with most recently, and just like appreciating most recently, I think best is just my ability to connect with other people and to make other people feel comfortable and to motivate them. So I think that's one of my favorite traits about myself. I could be like, yeah, I'm like super hardworking and super motivated. I'm really good at just like getting shit done, which is very true. But I think my favorite trait about myself is just my ability to help other people be their best, and like feel comfortable and connect with them and feel understood. Worst trait is for me, I think I was going to say my competitive nature, because it definitely sometimes makes me jealous, which I hate. But I would say more so because that is just rooted in just like a need for approval from other people, which has gotten me in like deep shit before. And I think it's something so many of us can relate to, right? But it's something I've worked a lot on, and yet it's still hard for me. Like I have to be very aware when I go into different situations or I'm hanging out with different people, like, am I really being myself, or am I like kind of chameleoning to be what I think other people want me to be, if that makes sense. So it all kind of roots back to just me wanting like a need for people to like me, which I just pulled a card this morning that told me that not everyone's gonna like me. And I was like, that's a good reminder. Okay. Has training changed since your boobies? Anything feel weird? So I don't train chest really. I'll do like 1 movement a week, and usually that's fine. What feels weird to me is training triceps. Like dips feel super weird. Some like press downs feel weird. I don't know. If you guys have boobs and can relate, let me know. Was there a big mistake you did in your previous prep you want to avoid during this one? Not really. I think every prep's a learning experience. I'm never gonna like talk shitty on like a previous coach or on myself. I think I just came in way too lean. I don't even know that I went into the prep not having enough muscle, but I think I lost a lot of muscle during that prep change. You know, I think we did just have me on like very low food for a very, very long time, and so muscle loss is inevitable. But I guess some things that like, yeah, I could change. Really prioritizing digestion and really prioritizing meal timing. So right now my carbs are very low. My carbs are right around my workout. Like, you know, it's just been so much easier to keep tabs on things and adjust things. And I do look better. Just paying attention to my digestion. And I think it's also really, really helped with keeping muscle around. So meal timing, not volume eating, just keeping food very, very simple. You know, that's the beauty of a meal plan. How did I get my very first client? Caitlin, I know you're probably watching this, and Caitlin was my first client, and she actually reached out to me because of YouTube, and she asked if I could coach her, and I was like, yeah, dude, I got you. And I guess I had coached like friends previously, so, you know, I had some friends who like weren't into the whole bodybuilding thing or didn't really know how to do macros, and I was like, I trust myself enough to help you. But she reached out, and yes, I charged much less than I do now. But yeah, I didn't really like promote it. I maybe like mentioned doing check-ins and stuff, just like, yo, I coach people. And some people did sign up, and then, you know, I did get a decent amount of transformations, and then a lot more people signed up, and that's kind of where it took off. As I remember showing Caitlin's transformation and a few others, and I got like 30 inquiries or something, and that was like a very exciting day for me. It's the day it all changed. And I was so freaking scared to post those transformations. But yeah, people just reached out to me. And I know I'm very lucky. I know that doesn't happen for a lot of people, but. Do you and Melissa ever compare the weights you can lift at the gym? No. I mean, like, yeah, obviously, like, if we're lifting together, like, and I, like, add on weight after she lifts, like, we know I'm lifting heavier, but she has stronger upper body, I have a stronger lower body. You know, during prep, she lost strength during my prep. I may lose some strength. I don't know, but, like, it doesn't matter. We're there to push each other. How to find your business name. So, Alignment Athletics really just, like, came to us. We'll do a whole video on this and kind of how Alignment came to be, but Alignment just came to us. It's something that kept showing up in our everyday lives, and you can go and look at like trademarks and stuff like that. So yeah, I would just say, like, if there's a word or phrase, or you just want to use your name or whatever that stands out to you, go for it. Check that it's not trademarked, and then you're good. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be some people who are like much more knowledgeable in that area. Still loving your boobs. Yes. I honestly just forget that they're there. Like, you guys know, I didn't get like huge ones, but I was very, very flat. So one thing that's still kind of weird is they're still pretty hard, but I'm like, I didn't have any breast tissue. So that's something that I just have to like realize. But overall, like, Love them. They are everything that I wanted. They came out perfectly. Like, I just didn't want them to be huge and in my face. I really just wanted to feel like myself and feel feminine. So you guys can go back and watch like my boob videos if you want to learn more about that. If you weren't a roomie with Melissa, would you be living alone? Yes. What's the ideal body fat for a college athlete? Totally depends on the person. I think athletes are very different than competitors, and even competitors, some people have to get down to much lower body fat to like have a winning physique than other people, just depending on the amount of muscle you have, where you hold fat, all that kind of stuff. But for an athlete, like that is gonna vary so much because it's performance based. And yeah, this is 33 minutes long, so there's more questions. I wish I could answer them, but you know, we're like halfway through right now, and I'm just not, I just, no. Okay, my coffee is gone. A lot of questions have been answered. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As always, comment, share, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next one.